Hello, my name is Margaret Adele, and this is the channel announcement that I never really wanted to make, and I feel the need to clarify. It's probably not as bad as the title implies or as bad as you're thinking. No one's dead, no one's divorced, I'm still a happy foster parent, I don't have any big diagnoses, I am not quitting booktube entirely, I am just very much changing the way I am doing my channel and the way I am doing indie review books, and I am taking a giant step backwards from the entire process. Not stepping out, not entirely, but I did a lot of soul searching lately, and I realized that I am obsessed with productivity as a sign of mental health. That's not good. Last year, I became a first-time foster parent in a global pandemic. So, on top of the trash fire that was 2020, I was just beginning to learn how to parent children with psychological trauma. And I'm like, this is fine. I'm going to keep reading and push through. And I slightly altered the books I read. But then there were readathons I wanted to join in, and there were other things that I wanted to do for specific videos. And so I'm like, I can make it work. I can do things in a specific way. And I pushed and I pushed. And then comes December. On November 31st, we got a call. We had been without foster kids for 6 weeks after reunifying the last, and they needed a placement for a 3-day-old. And I looked at the giant in December TBR that I had set for myself, 13 books. And I thought, I can read all these with a newborn in the house. That's fine. That's a thing I can do. Dear viewer, I could not do it. I actually got pretty close, but I stressed myself the hell out getting that close and still failing. And you know the really stupid thing is, for how guilty and how much of a failure I felt, I still won in December. I just won it the bingo style instead of the flush style. I just won it the way that it requires reading less books, but I still felt horrible about that. Oh, so bad. And then I was like, you know what? That's an L. Okay, but I will jump into it in January. And I will read even more books, and I will set even more goals. And oh my God, I was stupid. Because here's the thing. I have no idea how long our current foster son will be with us. My guess is at least until summer, at the very earliest, if he is reunified. And if adoption becomes an option, we are definitely invested in that. So this can not only be not just this year, but beyond. And I need to make it okay for myself to take a step back because, and I have to remind myself of this is supposed to be a hobby that's fun. I'm not making any money off booktube. I am nowhere close to the standards you have to meet to monetize your channel, to make money off of it. And even if I met those standards and I monetized it and I made money off it, it would be a pittance compared to the actual effort that goes into it. So really, I need to make sure that this is something I am doing for fun and for the community. So I am giving up the entire concept of any kind of schedule for videos. I am giving up the concept of uploading a video every Saturday. That's not going to happen because let's be honest, for the last several Saturdays, it's literally just been what can I throw together to make work? And it's horrible putting together that kind of content that I'm not that interested in just to have something to post on Saturday that then it doesn't get a lot of views because my heart's not in it, and so I don't know what I'm doing it for. I'm not doing it for fun. I'm not doing it for any kind of connection with the community, and I'm not getting paid. Why am I still doing this? That being said, there are still some video ideas that I'm really interested in and having a lot of fun. I'm currently in the middle of one where I dress like the books I'm reading while I'm reading them. And it's actually a ton of fun. And I'm really enjoying it, even though it is majorly really taken over how I decide what I'm reading. And I have some other fun books that I want to read and some other fun video ideas that I want to read. So I am basically tossing out a lot of my channel goals. It is time for me to be aware of the situation and be aware that I have other interests as well. I am now stepping back from social media things entirely. I have just discovered LARPing on TikTok, and yes, I am giving up a lot of the energy I would have spent on booktube to spend on LARP Talk, because I'm so excited about LARP Talk and I already found a community there, and I'm going to chase what brings me joy. So I also am going to have a video for that, having my OC on LARP Talk pick out books that you should read. And spoiler alert, they're all high fantasy. But the other big change for my channel moving forward is indie reviews. So obviously I'm going to still be doing indie review videos, and obviously if you have already sent me a book for review and I have agreed to review it, it will be put up eventually. I have given up any and all semblance of sticking to any kind of deadline or timeline, and honestly at this point anyone who was sending me emails with like I need the book out by this date probably already got a no because I just can't do it right now. There's not a lot of time to film, but in general, I am soft closing to review requests again. And what I mean by that is I am going to continue to review books from authors that I've already reviewed and liked. I might also make an exception for indie authors if I have read their books not for review and then they want me to review a book. There's a couple like that where the indie author is like, hey, I noticed you read this book, would you want the review? And yes, obviously I am sticking to the authors that I know will bring me joy. Again, we're chasing the joy, and I definitely want to continue with a lot of those series, because like the Frith Chronicles, I'm never going to stop reading those. I'm never going to stop obsessing over those. I've given every book in this series, all 4 of them, one of whom was 700 pages, 5 stars. And I don't want to give up the things I love just to be like, oh yes, I need to be fair, and if I am closing to one indie author, I must close to them all. That's not how this works. I want to review the books that bring me happiness, or at least that I know that will bring me happiness. This is not me saying that like all authors that I haven't read won't bring me happiness. But I might also end up, because of this, bringing back the best and worst of indie book series, just because I already gave up doing like the wrap-ups. So there's a lot of books that I'm not talking about on my channel lately that I could definitely bring up in a different way, although I'm gonna have the hardest time finding the worst of, because again, I have no time for books that don't interest me. So I have been DNFing so much lately. But I don't even know if people care about this that much. It was just something I needed to say, something I need to get out there. If you are an indie author and you have questions about whether or not I'd still review your book, for example, if we had talked casually about me possibly reviewing your book and you're not sure if that was like a real promise of me reviewing or if you're going to have to wait, feel free to email me. The email will still be in the description below, but in general, I will probably be taking that out of the description for a while. And yeah, this might screw up my analytics, this might screw up like the engagement, but I'm giving up the ghost. I'm not going to become a paid booktuber anytime soon, if ever. Probably not ever. But I have 2 shelves, entire shelves worth of indie books. And yes, that mini bookshelf tour will be coming eventually. And I'm going to stick to what makes me happy. And I'm going to try, probably with varying degrees of success, to tell myself that being productive is not a sign of being healthy, and that it is very possible to be very productive and very mentally unwell, and I need to learn that. So thank you so much for watching this rambly announcement. I'm sorry if I made anyone nervous upon seeing the title. I hope you didn't think anything was too wrong. I am also sorry to all of the indie authors that have been watching my channel with the hope of one day sending me a review request. It's not forever. At least I really don't think it will be forever. I mean, I work in a school system, so maybe once summer begins, or maybe like the month before summer, I'll open back up to review requests in preparation for summer. Although, you know, if this is the summer where the world opens back up, I might be really busy. I don't know. I am still going to also be reviewing one nonfiction book a month, purely because, again, as a foster parent that has had multiple Black lives come in her home, I really need to get back to the anti-racism reads. That's really something I need to get on, and also the trauma-based books in psychology. But beyond that, I'm just going to be reading the same weird stuff that I've usually been. So if you're one of those people that likes the weird stuff that I usually do, thank you for sticking around. And with nothing else to say, I hope you have a wonderful day and a marvelous tomorrow.